Today marks the 100th anniversary of the death of the first and only Jackson County sheriff killed on the job.
In a News 10 special report, Krystle Henderson takes a look back at what happened the day Sheriff August Singler was murdered and his connection to the Rogue Valley to this day.
Medford police officer Logan Boyd's passion for serving runs in his blood.
Sheriff Singler to me is my great-great-grandfather. He was very courageous, willing to do the right thing and whatever that took to do the right thing, and just a pleaser, wanted to make everybody happy, and I think his courageousness is what stands out to me.
100 years ago, Sheriff August Singler was killed in the line of duty. On April 22, 1913, a wanted thief became a known killer.
There's a guy by the name of Lester Jones who apparently was wanted for theft out of Jacksonville.
Lester Jones had a warrant out for his arrest. Singler tracked him down at a cabin in the hills of Jacksonville. When he knocked on the door, Singler was greeted with a bullet.
Shots were exchanged. Lester was able to hit him one time, and then Sheriff Singler was able to fire back a few different times, ending the fight and ultimately putting Mr. Jones down.
This is the shirt the sheriff was wearing that day. The bullet not only left its mark here, but on the entire community shocked by his murder. Newspaper headlines calling the shootout a battle to the death. Articles describing Singler as a hero. He died the next day, April 23, 1913. His funeral procession drew a crowd downtown as the community came to honor the man whose legacy of service continues to this day.
When danger presented itself, he didn't back down. He did what it took to, take that person into custody, or whatever he had to do, and I think that says a lot about the type of person he was. Is no matter who was in his way, he was going to do the right thing to make sure justice was served for that person. We have a lot of those types of people in our police department that strive to be the best person they can be and do whatever they can for their community. And so I think that's what Sheriff Singler wanted, and I think that's why the Medford Police Department is the way it is.
A memory and a mission to wear his badge and serve as his great-great-grandfather did.
Every day you drive by the jail, you see his memorial over there, and it always, gets a tingle in my stomach. Like, hey, that's a relative of mine. He was in the same profession as me, and he knows what it takes to, serve a community and, be a leader and that type of person. So every time I drive by the jail and see that memorial, I always kind of like to think about him and, do whatever I can to make my family and my community proud.
Sheriff Singler first served as the Constable of Medford Police for 4 years. He had only served as Jackson County Sheriff for a few months before he was killed.
Singler introduced fingerprinting to Jackson County. He was also the first to use bloodhounds in the area to track down suspects.